Hello, my dear students and viewers. Welcome to my channel, Scorpio class. In this video, we are going to learn and discuss Class 9, Second Language English lesson, The Enchanted Pool by C. Rajagopalachari. So this lesson is going to be very interesting. So it's my suggestion for you all to watch the video till end and do not miss any part of it to understand each and every part of it. So let's get started. But before that, my dear viewers, if you're watching my video for the first time, do subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so that you get the notifications of all the upcoming videos. Do share and subscribe to the channel. Now let's move ahead. But before that, if you are looking for Hindi lessons and explanation and complete notes of class 7, 8, 9 and 10, so you can subscribe to Scorpio Class Hindi channel. In this channel, you're going to find all the Hindi lessons explanation videos and notes videos. So quickly go to the description box, find the link and subscribe to the channel. Also, the link will be shared above in the I button so that you can directly go from here. Do share it with your friends and subscribe to it. Now let's move ahead and look about the author of this chapter. So the author is Chakravarti Rajagopalachari. He is popularly known as Rajaji. He was a great patriot and politician and a thinker. He was also an author of many books. His popular books are on Bhagavad Gita, the Upanishads, Ramayana, and Mahabharata. In Mahabharata, he displays his inimitable flair for telling stories and applying their moral principles to modern times. Okay, so this is about the author. He is a great author, he is a politician, he is a good thinker, and his books are based on the stories from Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, Ramayana, and Mahabharata. These are the epic stories or the holy books, you can say, of Hindus. So all the stories have this moral values and principles from these stories, and he gives it to the modern times. So this is about the author. Now let's get started with the chapter. So before starting, let us see to the introduction. So in this chapter, it is a story of Mahabharata. Like in Mahabharata, the Pandavas had lost everything in the game of dice to the Kauravas, and they had to live in the forest for 12 years. So during this period, they had to constantly move from place to place for safety and meet their daily needs. So one day in 12th year, the Pandava brothers wandered deep into the forest in pursuit of a deer. Okay, so they had to spend 12 years in forest because they had lost in the game of dice to Kauravas. So these Pandavas brothers, they were moving from one place to another. And now this was 12th year, and here Pandava brothers were in the deep forest, and there they were just behind one deer. So now let's see what happened in the story. So it's just an introduction here. Now the real story starts from here. Okay. So the sun was hot overhead, and five brothers grew more and more weary and thirsty. Yudhishthira sank down under a tree to rest and said to Nakula, "Brother, climb the tree and see whether there is any pool or river nearby." Nakula climbed to the tree, looked around, and said, "At a little distance, I see water plants and cranes. There must certainly be water there." Okay, so here there was a hot sunny day, and these five brothers Pandavas, they were in the jungle. They were just going behind a deer, and here they were very thirsty and tired. So Yudhishthir, he sat down under a tree to take rest, and he asked one of his brother Nakula to look at to climb at the tree on the tree and see that whether there's any pool or river nearby so that they can quench their thirst. So Nakula climbed the tree, he looked around from there and he could see that some water plants and cranes. Cranes are the white birds which live nearby water bodies. He could see these things. So he said, certainly there must be some water, so let's go there and find some water. So Yudhishthir sent him to fetch some water to drink. So Yudhishthir sent him there. He said, "Go and get some water for us to drink." So Nakula was very glad. He was happy, and he got to the place and he saw that there was a big pool over there. He was very thirsty himself, and he thought that, "Let me first quench my thirst. Let me first drink the water before I take the water and go for my brothers. So let me first drink from the pool, and then I'll carry it for my brothers." But as soon as he dipped in his hand inside the water, he heard her voice. The voice which said that, "Stop, Nakula, do not drink. This pool belongs to me." O son of Madri, answer my questions and then drink the water. Okay, so there was this voice which was heard by Nakula. Somebody was stopping him from drinking the water. That voice was saying that this pool belongs to me and you have to answer my questions before drinking the water. So this was the voice which he heard. But Nakula was surprised. He carried away by his intense thirst and heedless of the warning, he knelt down and began to drink the water. At once he began to feel terribly drowsy and he fell down, to all appearance dead. Okay, so Nakula was surprised first when he heard this voice. It's from where is the voice coming? Is it coming from pool? And it was saying him to answer his questions and then drink the water. But Nakula was so thirsty that he started drinking the water without listening to that voice or agreeing to that voice. Now, as soon as he drank the water, he just felt drowsy. He started fainting, tired, and he fell down unconscious. Now, he fell down unconscious, but to others it was looking as if he is dead. It was appearing as if he is dead. Okay, so he was unconscious lying there. Now, when Nakula did not return for a long time, Yudhishthir was a bit worried and he sent Sahadeva to see that what the matter was. Why has Nakula not come yet? Sahadeva also ignored the warning and he drank the water. So even Sahadeva, when he went there, he saw that his brother is lying down over there, he's unconscious. But even Sahadeva was so thirsty that he wanted to drink first, water first. And even he heard the same voice, same questions that he had to answer before drinking. But even he did not listen. That he also failed, and he also drank the water. And same thing happened with him. Even he felt drowsy and he lied down over there as if he is lying dead. Now Arjuna went swiftly. Now next it was Arjuna who came there. The sister had sent Arjuna to see why these both the brothers had not yet come. So when he saw these two brothers lying dead near the pool, he was too very sad and he wanted to avenge their deaths. Like he wanted to take the revenge and he wanted to know their cause of death. However, he too was overwhelmed by the monstrous thirst, which compelled him towards the fatal pool. Now, even this brother Arjuna was very thirsty, so even he did the same thing. He wanted to drink water very quickly. Now, again, the warning voice was heard by Arjuna also. Answer my questions before you drink the water. This pool is mine. If you disobey me, you will follow your brothers. Arjuna became very angry. He cried, who are you? Come and stand up to me, and I will kill you. He shot sharp arrows in the direction of the voice. The invisible being laughed in scorn and said, your arrows can't touch me. Arjuna wanted to destroy this unseen foe, but first he had to quench his terrible thirst. So he drank the water and also fell down dead. Okay? So what happened here? Even Arjuna have heard the same voice. Even he had to answer the questions. So he got very angry and he said, who are you? Just come and stand in front of me. I'll kill you. He said this and he started aiming the arrows and he started leaving his arrows in the direction from where he was hearing the voice. So the voice started laughing and it said loudly that your arrows cannot touch me. You are just you just want to destroy me, but you will not be able to destroy me or you will not be able even to harm me. And Arjuna was too very angry and he wanted to kill that foeman's enemy. But he thought, let me first drink some water and quench my thirst, and then I will deal with this enemy. So he drank water and he too fell down as if he was dead. After another anxious wait, Yudhishthir turned to Bhima. Now Yudhishthir says, Bhima, go and see why hasn't our brothers not turned right now till yet? What is the matter? What has happened to them? Something terrible must have happened to our brothers. They were just discussing this, and Arjuna, the great hero, he is very great, he is very strong, and even he has not returned till yet. So there must be something very terrible happening there. Go and check what is happening. So Bhima also hurried away without any another word. Now, like Arjuna, Bhima also did not heed the warning and drank the water. So same thing happened with Bhima also. He also did not listen to the voice and he just ignored it and started drinking the water. And instantly his great strength seemed to slip from him like a garment, and he also fell dead among his brothers. No, Bhima was the strongest of all, he was most giant of all. Okay, but even he fell down after drinking the water. He felt very drowsy, as if somebody is removing a garment from a body. In that way, his energy went out from its body, and even he too lied down dead. Okay, now, puzzled and worried that his brothers had not returned, Yudhishthir himself proceeded in the direction. Now he was very worried. Yudhishthir was very much worried that none of my brothers have returned till now. What is the matter? So he himself came near the pool, and he saw that all his four brothers were lying on the ground, and they all appeared like as if they are dead. And he was very much shocked. He got inside the pool even to quench his thirst, but again he also heard the same voice, and there was a warning for him. Your brothers died because they did not listen to my words. They did not heed my words. They did not follow me. You have to answer my questions to quench your thirst. If you want to drink the water from this pool is mine. Before drinking the water, you will have to answer some questions which I asked you. Yudhishthir knew that this could be none other than the words of Yaksha, and guessed what had happened to his brother. So by this time, Yudhishthir had an idea like what would have happened to their brothers, and these are the words of Yaksha, that is god of death. So he knew what would what would have happened to his brothers. Now he wanted to bring back the situation in a proper manner. So he said to the bodiless voice, "Please ask your questions." And the voice put up questions rapidly. So the voice asked many questions one after the other. First, it asked, "What makes sun shine every day?" So this was the first question. Yudhishthir replied, "The power of God." What rescues man in danger? So this was the second question. Again, Yudhishthir quickly answered, "Courage." What is more nobly sustaining than the earth? So Yudhishthir again answered, "The mother who brings up the children." What is faster than wind? Mind, Yudhishthir replied. What befriends traveler? Learning. Okay, then the next question was, who is the friend of one who stays at home? The wife. The next question, who accompanies a man in death? Dharma. That alone accompanies the soul in its solitary journey after death. Then which is the biggest vessel? The earth, which contains all within itself, is the greatest vessel. The next question, what is happiness? Happiness is the result of good conduct. What is that abandoning which man becomes loved by all? Pride. For abandoning that, man will be loved by all. Okay, the next question was, what is the loss which brings joy and not sorrow? Anger, giving it up. We will no longer be subjected to sorrow. Okay, so these were the many questions, and he was answering all the answers very quickly. Then he asked next question, what is that by giving up which man becomes wealthy? So desire, getting rid of it, man becomes wealthy. So these were many questions which were asked by Yaksha, and answer was given by Yudhishthira. Now, what makes one a real Brahman? Is it birth, good conduct, or learning? Answer decisively. Birth and learning do not make one a Brahman. Good conduct alone does. However, learned person may be. He will not be a Brahman if he is a slave to bad habits. Okay, so this was the question again, and answer given by Yudhishthira. So he asked, what is the greatest wonder in the world? Everyday men see creatures depart to Yama's abode, and yet those who remain seek to live forever. This verily is the greatest wonder. Okay, so these are many questions one after the other which was asked. Then, thus the Yaksha posed many questions, and Yudhishthira answered them all. In the end, the Yaksha asked, "O king, one of your dead brothers can now be revived. Whom do you want revived? He shall come back to life." So when he was very happy because Yudhishthira answered all the questions, and he did not drink water before answering the questions, so he was happy, and he said, "Okay, one of your brothers may be alive again." Revived means they will come to life again. If whom do you want to be revived? Like whom do you want to come back in life again? So you shall tell me his name, and I'll make him to come back to his life. So Yudhishthira thought for a moment, like whose name shall I tell, because they were all his own four brothers there. So he said, May the cloud complexioned, lotus eyed, broad chested, and long armed Nakula, lying like a fallen ebony tree, arise. So he said, I want Nakula to be revived. So he was, as soon as he said his name, he got up and he stood. He was again in life. The Yaksha was pleased at this and he asked Yudhishthira, why did you choose only Nakula and not Bhima and any other brother who are having good strength? And as Bhima has a strength as of 16,000 elephants in him, so why have you not called out their names? Okay, Arjuna, why not Arjuna? He can protect your all the arms. And tell me why you choose only Nakula rather than either of these two. Why not Bhima and why not Arjuna? Because even they are too stronger. So why did you just choose Nakula? So now Yudhishthira replies, O Yaksha, Kunti and Madri were the two wives of my father. I, a son of Kunti, am surviving, and so she is not completely bereaved. So to be fair, I ask that Madri's son Nakula be revived. The Yaksha was so pleased with Yudhishthira's impartiality and granted that all his brothers would come back to life. Okay, so when Yaksha asks, why did you select only Nakula? The Yudhishthira says, because my father was having two wives, Kunti and Madri, and I am Kunti's son. So Madri's only son, only one son, Nakula, was alive, and now if he dies, she will be left all alone. Because I am son of Kunti, I want one son of Madri also to be alive. So that is why I call his name. I wanted him to be back here. So listening to this reply, Yudhishthira was very happy, and it was Yama, the Lord of Death, who had taken the form of the deer and the yaksha. So that he might see his son Yudhishthir and test him, he embraced Yudhishthir and blessed him. So who was this Yama? He was the Lord of Death, and this was no, this was he had taken the form of deer, the deer whom behind whom they were going. Even that was this Lord of Death, and now Yaksha who has come in the voice form. Even he is the same person taken another form, and he wanted to see his son Yudhishthir. Okay, that was his own father. He wanted to see his son and test him, so he came there. And after listening to his answers and why he chose Nakula, his impartiality and everything, he was very happy. He blessed and he got disappeared from there. Now, before going from there, before getting disappeared, Yama said, only a few days are remaining to complete your stipulated period of exile in the forest. So the 13th year will also pass by. None of your enemies will be able to discover you. You will successfully fulfill your undertaking. And saying this, he disappeared. Okay, so before leaving, Yama said that there are only few days left out for you to complete your 12 years of exile. Because they had lost in the game, so they had to live in the forest. So only few days are left out. Even that will pass away. Don't worry, none of your enemies will be able to know you. Where are you? And they will not be able to discover you. And you will be successful in whatever decision you take after this. So by saying this, he got disappeared from there. So this is a part of a story from Mahabharata, which is taken and given over here. So I hope you all understood the story. If you understood and if you liked the video, do hit the like button and share it with your friends. Do stay tuned for more such videos and do not forget to subscribe Scorpio Class and Scorpio Class Hindi channel. Thank you.